Hello, good morning. So today we are going to complete our this yin yang mandala which we started last session. And in this mandala we are using two opposite colors, two contrast colors rather. One is red and one is blue, and they are good contrast with each other they give. So we are going to use variations of the reds all here and variations of the blue to the other side. I have already prepared my palette with kind of all the warm colors here, from the dark red, red, bright red, and the orange reddish color, then orange and then yellow, and then we are going to mix them and make many more colors because in every layer we are going to change our shade. And that is the main thing we are doing here, just making dots in between two dots and take care of the size of the tool as well as the color. So here I'm going to use this tool number 6 in between these two dots. We are going to use the bigger dots in the circle, and then we keep changing our dotting tools and we keep using the smaller as we go reach to the top. That's how we have planned. And I'm just taking the color here. It seems a little thick, right? And okay, now it's good. So this is a real red color, and I mixed a little bit of blue in it to make it darker. If you have any darker red color, you can use directly that red color. Otherwise, you can mix blue to make it darker the way I have mixed it here. And don't worry, we'll fill the leftover spaces with the smaller dots. And later on, when we are done making all the dots, all the these red color dots, and when it dries, then it comes the second layer of the dots, that's the double dots over them. And we can use little, glitter red maybe, or maybe the color shift colors. Do it with full focus with every single dot. Like when I see this dot is looking a little smaller to me, so I'm just going one more time and spreading it a little bit. Here you go. So I'm kind of done with this circle here, and just giving one more look to my all dots so that they all look similar-ish. Here you go. And now I'm going to clean this. This will be the biggest size. The number 6 is the biggest size for this circle, and I have used the number 5 earlier. Now I'm keeping it back, and again now I'm using number 5 with this lighter color red here for the second layer of the dots. So that's how we keep changing the colors, and we keep changing the size. That's what I told you, right? And we keep making the dots in between the dots. So this is the first layer of the dots, and over these dots we are going to make the second layer, and then we'll make the third layer. I have used a lot of Swarovski crystals for the final finishing of this yin yang mandala. In the reference picture you can see. So now here, as you see, like there is a lot of space is leaving behind, so we can do, I need this to clean here and here. Okay, yes. So I need one more layer with the same size in between of these two dots. So that's how we can give double zigzag line. And now we'll change the size. So this is the 4 number. Now I'm using number 3. And now I'm going to change the color to the other side. As you can see here, let me move it this side so that you can see my color palette. And when we keep changing sizes, we keep getting more space. And now we'll do one on the top of them. This is a kind of a pumpkin orangish color, right? Proper, like the Halloween orange one. The color is kind of looking like that. Now I'm changing it from 3 to 2. This is number 2. And this is a pure orange color, and it's brighter than the first one. Seems like we are kind of getting into the one line, right? Because the size is getting smaller. And tiny, tiny, tiny. Okay. I don't really want to touch the black, the white line. And let's just stop here, and maybe in the next color we'll make it into the one line. Okay. Yes, maybe in the next color we'll make it to the one line. So now you see the yellow color is pretty like drastic change in between. I have used number 2. I'm going to use number 1. I'm keeping it this side, and I'm taking this color palette, this knife, and I'm using this orange and mixing it into this yellow lightly. That's how you can get your another shade of the same tone, but little lighter. Now it's much better. It's a gradual change. We don't really want a sudden change in the color. We want a gradual change. So for the gradual change, we keep mixing the last color to the other color. So that's how you can achieve your next gradual color. Is it looking gradual change, or until you feel like you can add more? Now it's good to me, right? So we are using this number 1 tool now, and this time we are going to make 2 dots. in between one dot, dots, between one dot, two dots, between one dot, and here in the corner we are going to make only one dot. And now we are going to make again zigzag lines so that they all give similarish look, isn't it, guys? And now we need to change the color again. We cannot make like more than these dots for the same color. Now this is the number 1. I'm keeping it down, and now I want the smaller than this. So for the smaller than this, you can use any tinier number. If you have all these nail art tools, you can start with the number 6 directly with that. If you have the transfer punch set, you can use the transfer punch set, the beginning size, the smallest size of that. So these are the transfer punch set. You can use these from the tinier one. So it's your choice how you want to go about it. And before that, I need to take the color out. So as you see in this one, this is the color palette. I'm just keeping it in front of you, and this is the color, the next color. I'm taking it out. Still you see it's pretty, like it's very different from each other. So I'm going to mix again a little bit of this yellow into this to make it a little similar, like the next in the shade. We don't really want drastic change, we want a very gradual change. So for the gradual change, it's always good if you mix the last shade lightly to your new color, so it becomes very gradual. Now you see it's much more closer to each other. Maybe we can add a little bit very lightly. Here you go. And I'm just doing very light spray in my colors so that they stay wet. And now I get my new color. Let me clean my this palette knife, and I'm going to use, you know, this number 2 tool from this. This is the tinier than these. Yes, these are tinier. So if you remember our very first day, we made a size chart. So that is really useful for the reference for the sizes of your tool. So if you have not made it yet, I would highly recommend you to make that chart first, because once you make that chart, then it's really like easy for you to decide what tool to use. It would be very, very easy for you to decide what tool to use in what layer. Let me complete it all the way. Here you go. So now I have used this yellow tool here, and as you see, there is tiny spot of here for the last color. So in that way I can use tiny spot of this to fill here the last color. But don't change the color, okay? Use the same color. You can change the size, but don't change the color. You have to change the size because you have to take care of the space, whatever the leftover space is. But we can fill these with the little tinier one. That's not a problem. Okay, here you go. we can come back here again with these same tools, or maybe the tinier tools, to fill these leftover spaces. We really want to fill as much as possible. We don't really want to see the black color as much. Now I'm keeping this back, and after that I'm going to work in these nail art tools. I'm starting with the biggest number, the 6th one, and we'll go all the way whatever our space will allow us. I'm keeping it a little bit more side. And now this is our new color, which I think I've used this color, right? Yeah, we have used this color. Now we need the new color. Again, we are going to take this golden yellow, and now I think we are pretty close. We don't need to change it, right? It will look nice if we go directly with it. And what I'm seeing is like the 6th number is giving pretty big size. I'm using the number 5. It's okay. I'm not cleaning that because everything is wet. So now I'm using this number 5. One size is smaller. And we keep making these dots. And now what I'm doing is like we are kind of going and filling all the way till here. I'm leaving this little corner because now we'll go all the way to the end from this corner. I'm changing this from number 5 to number 4. I'm changing my color to this little pale yellow. First, let's see how this color is coming along. Yeah. So the first one was, this one was the golden yellow, as you can see here. And then I'm using now the dandelion yellow. So this is the dandelion yellow, and it's lighter than this. And I'm using the number 4 now tool. It's quite whitish, and that is exactly what we are looking for. This is the perfect color. I'm kind of filling this whole corner. And don't worry, when we are going to use the double dots, when we are going to put the Swarovski gems, it will look very nice. And some of the dots I can see that they are kind of mixing. We can fix it later with the black marker pen. We'll just use a black marker pen in between, and we can give them space. Okay, so there is no need to clean them up right now. Try to keep your dots separated. Now I just tried to make it, bring them into the one line like this. I'm changing my tool from number 3 to number 4 to number 3. I'm changing my color from this to pale daffodil. So this is the pale daffodil color, and you can see the color is pretty lighter than the last one. So some of the dots are joining. Don't worry about them, okay? It keeps happening when we keep our dots very close. So don't worry, just try to fill this whole area in between 2 dots, Don't really making any shape or anything. We are just trying to fill this area and what is the main thing to take care of? To take care of the color of the paint which you are using, the shade I mean, and to keep changing the size. So this was 3, now I'm using number 2, and this was pretty light. I don't have lighter than that, so I'm going to use white now. I'm going to mix white in this, you see, to make it lighter. And it's not that light. I'm going to make one line with this, and then I'm going to mix little bit of the yellow in the white later on. I'll mix from here to here later on in the next number. This is number 2, pretty small, and I can see a lot of the dots are joining. I'm not happy with that, but don't worry, we can easily fix them later, okay? We can fix them right now also, but it takes time. Like we can clean them with the Q-tip, and then we can redo it, but that really takes a lot of time, so I don't really want to do that right now because we have a limited time. And now I'm mixing this to the white to get a very, very light yellow. Very, very light, right? And it was number 2. Now I'm getting number 1. Here is the number 1. And now we are kind of just filling it because our dot size is getting smaller. I got color on my finger and that seep through. Where is the water? You see here, red white color came from my hand. So it is really important to keep your artwork and your hand neat and clean, because otherwise whatever beautiful work you make, if it is not neat and clean, then everything is useless, like everything go vain. According to me, neatness is really important. Like this. So we keep getting our colors lighter. You can fill whatever color you think like is in that row, so use that color and fill that area everywhere. This is the final finishing time, and try to fill as much as you can. And a lot of the places, like here 2-3 places, we are going to fix it, no problem, with the black marker pen easily. We are just going to use black marker pen in between, and we can do that. And if you have like Q-tip, then you can do while working also, like you stop going to the next piece and then you can clean that first. Otherwise the black marker pen is also a very nice idea, or the black very zero size thin brush with the black acrylic paint. the same acrylic paint which you used on the base, that is also a beautiful idea to clean up. Just use that paint once it dries. And in like 3 or 4 of the four of these dots, I can see small bubbles, so I can just like kind of pop those bubbles so that when they dry we don't see any space there, so that it dries neat and beautiful. Generally bubble keeps happening in the bigger sizes, or maybe if like your color is having so much like air pockets. It seems good now. We are going to do exactly the same way to the other side, with the darker blue with the bigger size to the lighter blue to the top of this. There is no changes in that, and I would like to skip it for now because I really want to finish all the steps to complete in today's session so that you guys can finish it, because we have a whole month to complete it in the October, and you can easily finish that one. Now I am turning it around. Use the darker tool for the round and keep making it lighter like the thinner tool, and keep the color lighter as you go to the smaller portion. That is what you have to do for the blue color also. Now I would really like to work in any of these petals so that you can see how you can complete all these petals. What's happening? I keep getting colors in my hand. So we are going to start with the lighter color now in this one, and this is just very easy one. We are going to use this dark is the biggest size tool. This is the biggest size tool we have used here, and this is the lighter color we have used here. So we are going to use our lighter color. We are going to find out the center of these half-shaped petals, and we are going to make one dot in the center of it. Then we are going to start making the dots. So we'll start with the 0 size first with the next color, and now we keep changing the color to the no walking dots, just normal dots. We are going to make walking dots here. Now after the 0 I am using 2. I'm changing the color to the other one. I already have colors. We keep changing the colors like that. We keep changing the tools like that. And now we are going to use number 4 tool. After the number 2, we keep changing the number 4 and the new color. So instead of changing number 1 by 1, if you noticed, I changed it to number 0, then number 2, then number 4, because the circle is kind of graduating very quick, like the area of the circle. So after number 4, we are going to use number 6 with the change of the color, the next color. So we already have all the colors available, so it's easier that way too, to complete this and then complete the red petals before we start the blue color. I have used this one with number 6. I'm cleaning the tool. Now I'll use number 1 tool for the next color. In this one we are going to use one different kind of strokes which we have not used in any of our past dot mandala. In these blue lines in this area, let's first complete all the warm colors, and after that we are going to use number 2. Let's use number 3 then, because the size is getting bigger and now we are going to change the color. We are going to use this number 3 tool. Let me clean it. It seems like I sprayed water, so that's sitting on the top. Try to maintain the distance, but if they are getting closer, then either clean them right now, then and there. Otherwise, let me just leave it like that. Otherwise, clean them later with the red paint, because here the base is the red paint, right? So we always need the base paint. We always remember the base paint which we have used, because you need that maybe for the cleanup later. Okay, now after the number 3 we are going to use number 5 or maybe number 4. Let me just check. Number 5. So for the number 5 we are going to use this red color here. It's not looking nice, right? That's how you can clean them carefully with the Q-tip, and then just throw this away. And we used this color now this orange. Again we have to mix it. And this is the orange. Size is perfect, color is perfect. We are going to use the red color for the double dots when it dries. It's getting a little thinner. You can rotate your canvas based on your hand position where you feel it comfortable. I'm trying to keep it straight just for the video purpose, so that it would be easier for you to see at the same place. And we are going to do the double dots over this once we got a beautiful dot just now. Perfect. And as you see, some of the dots are not looking like perfect circles, so I'm just rechecking. And this is the case with the big size dots always. So I always suggest to go one more time once you are done making the dots, just check your bigger dots if they need one more cleanup. Okay, here you go. So I'm done with this color now here, done with this dot now here. We are going to fill rest of the area with our either the color shift color or this glitter kind of red color we can use for the double dots. The same like the color shift red, and for the blue we can use these blue color. These color shift colors really work very well for the double dots. They give beautiful look. So but we cannot use them now. We have to wait until it dries pretty well. So before that, let me tell you the steps for the corners. Okay guys, so that at least you can work. So I'm going to work in this corner. In this corner here we are going to make the walking dots. So it will start from here and then it will go. Yes, so for the walking dots, let me take the blue colors out now. I'm keeping this yellow color here a little away. So for the blue color walking dots here, we don't really need various shades of the blue. We just need one shade of the blue, and that one shade we are going to mix a little bit of the glitter in that. So I'm just showing you how I'm making it. So this is the blue, and oops, and this is the metallic blue sapphire color of the folk art. I'm going to mix that in this pure blue color, as you can see here. Let me clean my palette knife. And now this is the tropical blue, and this is the blue sapphire blue. And I'm now mixing it. And I get this beautiful metallic blue shade, right? Not very dark, not very light. It's a beautiful blue here. I clean my palette. So now if you see here what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the 6 size, the size which I've used for here. We are going to make one dot on the center of it. Okay, and then we'll start making the walking dots. So one dot here in the middle. So basically we can make one dot here in the middle. So generally when we are working, we keep working like the one dot here and one dot everywhere, so that we get the same color everywhere. Right now I'm doing it so just in the one petal, so that you guys can see, you guys can get all the instructions and can complete your mandala this month. And now we are going to use this number 6 tool here. Still with the number 6, we are going to use first this number 1 tool, and then we'll use number 6 tool, because we have plenty of space. That's what I'm seeing here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We want 4 dots actually to make two lines at the each side like that. And now we are going to make the walking dots. When you mix the metallic color, so you get these, stringy, that color thingy. And the same way you are going to make your dots to the other side. It's too much stringy when you add metallic color, but metallic color gives good look, so it looks nice when you mix them, especially when we don't have any base, right, for them. Yes. And now we are going to make one more line here, as you can see here in the center. This is looking way too big. It's kind of touching to all of them. You can use these kind of rubber separator cleaners also. These are the rubber brushes to clean. Again, they take too much time also, but they do your work. Rest we can easily fix it because it's on the black color, so we can use the black acrylic paint over it, over these leftover areas with the 0 size brush to make it neat and clean. Okay. Okay, and I just want a tinier dot here. Awesome. Now please look carefully. Let me show you here in this original picture what I'm trying to tell you. The strokes, like these are the strokes which I'm telling you. They start with the thick dot, and then we get a tail in these ones. So kind of the comet style strokes which I'm telling you we are going to make. So for the comet style strokes, we are going to use the same 6 size tool. We are first going to make one here dot, and then we are just going to make it tail like this. when it becomes like little circular, then it looks much prettier. Like this. And I can make like 2 more in this design. And here in between I'm going to stick one Swarovski at the last here in this point in the center where I can see all the leftover space of the circle. And now it's the time to draw this blue line everywhere all around to get the circle in this one here. Okay, so for that one I really like to use the my number 1 size of the tool, which I'm not finding it. No problem, we can do it with this one. So actually let me just leave it now. I'm not liking it. Now we cannot do anything over this, but there is plenty of work is left. That's called all the double dots and all the third layer of the Swarovski. Before that we'll do all the cleaning. Before that, let me just show you how to do these corners. These corners are also like all the mixing colors of the warm and the cool colors mixing, which is the mixing of these 2 colors. And like here you see we are going to use the Swarovski gem. Here we are going to use the Swarovski gem, and the Swarovskis around everywhere and here in the middle, and lot of double dots. So we will start this boundary with the white color. We'll leave this one like that. It's looking pretty this way. Where is the white color? So I don't have the white color so far. I'm getting the white color here to starting with this line, and then rest all colors we already have. So this all we are going to do the honeycomb style. We are not going to change the color. And as now I'm looking in the screen, I can see a lot of dots are mixing. It's okay, we can easily fix them. They all are easily fixable, so that's why I just left them, and I don't really want to invest my time in that. Now we are making honeycomb pattern. I don't see line other side. Maybe the light is like kind of making glare over that area. Maybe I move it a little bit, then I can see. Yes, now I can see it. Because we made it 2 weeks ago, I think. So, you know, that is also one important aspect, that line gets lighter. Okay, so we will not change our tool. In the honeycomb we always keep the same tool. We are just going to change the color, and we already have all our graduated colors. I'm just leaving one and I'm using this one, and we are going to make dots in between. 2 dots. Try not to. So we don't really want dots to touch. but as I see, like our corner is getting smaller, so we have to take care of it that dots don't touch to each other. That's it. Now I'm cleaning it. So I use the second color. Now I'm skipping one and then using this other color. And when you skip one tone and then you go directly, you skip one color, then you get a good contrast. And in this we really want gradual but like very visible line difference. And when you see this yellow color acts a little weird, kind of. Some colors don't support very much. They're kind of very thin, although they all are of the same brand and the same style of, but still some colors act weird. I don't know, that's the pigment or something. Now we are going to use, actually this color is looking pretty different, so we can use that one. Okay, yeah, let's use that one. Okay, after that I'm changing my palette. And I'm skipping this, I'm taking this one. I'm skipping this one and taking this one. So kind of I'm just trying to give you all the instructions of this whole yin yang acrylic dot mandala so that you guys can complete it, and you need not to wait, because in the whole October there will be no patron only sessions, and because we are kind of busy with the Inktober challenge, and I hope you all are participating in the Inktober challenge. And there is no need to take stress about the Inktober. You can spend either the 5 minutes or the 50 minutes, or maybe if you miss any one day, then no problem, you can participate in the other day, but try to take it. I highly encourage you, and you can finish this because I'm giving you all the instructions. So, and if you have any questions, you can ask me in the Patreon channel. Now I'm skipping this one and I'm using this red here. And after the red, I really want to use this dark one and then the blue. So after this dark red, I really want to use the dark blue color first and then light blue color. So I have to take dark blue for that. So this is the dark blue color. I'm taking it in the blue palette here. And as you can see, this is the dark blue, and still it's not that dark. So what I can do, I can mix a little bit of the red in this. I use the same blue mixed into this red. Now I'm mixing the same red dark into this to make it darker. Purplish, bluish, and then we can use the second color of the same blue. You see? It's kind of looking as if we are using the same blackish tone over the black. And after that we are going to use the same blue, the navy blue. Now no changes. You can see me, right? Yes. After that I'm going to use this blue, although it has little metallic, but it's okay. It's just the corner, so metallic is fine. After that we really want just the light blue, or we can just use one dot of the pure metallic blue. That is also absolutely okay. Oops, it's getting, or let me get the light blue. This is the light blue here, and here is the light blue into the corner. That's it. So that's all we are going to do into the corner. Maybe we can add one light blue here and one light blue here. Yes, and wherever you see little spaces left over, we can go ahead and we can complete them. So this color, okay, so wherever you feel like any color is like kind of, you have space and you can fill it, so please go ahead and fill it. You have all the colors. I would suggest you to work on one shade everywhere, like try to complete one shade everywhere, and then go ahead, so then you will not lose any color. Now I have all colors coming out from my all the palette. I'm going to complete all these colors, and we cannot still make second layer. As you see, all these are wet. We are going to put the second layer of the dot. It will all seep in, and we can't really kind of fix also because it is also all wet. So I'm going to work on the next petal now. I'm leaving it here, as you can see. So how can I fix it? This way. So now I'm working on this petal here. Okay, or yes, let me finish all these red colors which is coming out. I'm kind of done with all the first layer of the steps which I can give you, and second layer is all the double dotting and then cleaning and then the Swarovski gems. That's how it will go. 6, I'm using this number 6 tool for the center dot for the lightest yellow, and if you see any of the bubble or anything is coming, as I can see in my this previous one, I'm kind of fixing it. And now I'll work in all the petals together, and because it would be always easier. You need not to change the tool again and again, and you will get you can ensure that you are using the same color everywhere similar. Here you go. So I'm done with the one tool. Now we need not to clean it every single time, like after every single petal. Now we'll start from the smallest one for the number 1. Where is the number 1 tool? I used this number 0. So number 0 is the first layer with this next color. And as I told you, no walking dots, all just normal plain dots. Okay. After the 0, we are going to change it to number 2. We are skipping 1 and we are using 1. So now with the number 2, and we are using the next color here. Oops, now I want to take all the circles together. So I'm again getting 0 and working on all of them together. Keep rotating your canvas because right now we are working everywhere. Okay, now I'm using number 2 with the different color. Now I'm going to use number 4. Oh, why I'm in so much hurry? I forgot that I'm working on all the petals now. Now number 4 with the next color, and when you take out so many colors, they keep like kind of getting little dry and getting little thick because of the because they are dry in the air, like open in the air, so you get that kind of layer over your color. Now I'm going to use the number 6 tool. I'm skipping one tool and I'm using the next color with that. and we keep rotating it. I just completed the one earlier so that I can show you the whole process of this petal and the sides and the corners, so that you know all the process of at least the one layer of it. And the second layer I have already showed you. I'm going to use these color shift colors for the double dots over these all the dots, so they will be the same color over all the dots for the double dots, the tinier dots over the top of these dots. Then I'm going to clean up all these white lines wherever you can see, and I'm going to do all the cleanups with, like here the dots are joining each other with the either the black marker pen or the zero tip brush with the acrylic paint of the same black color which I have used for the base. And after that I'm going to use the Swarovski gems. I'm going to stick the Swarovski gems, and to stick the Swarovski gems I use this pen. This is a glue pen, so I just put the glue on the place with that pen, and then I put the Swarovski gem over it. It works very well. It sticks pretty well, and then it won't go away like. Okay. I got color from the corner, so that's why we always start from the center and then we go move forward. Now I cannot work in this center part until I finish everything and it dries pretty well. Okay, now I'm, instead of the 6, I'm using now these bigger ones, the number 1, and I'm going to change my color palette from this to this, and I'm going to use these number 1. Did I use number 6 here? Yes. Same double dots we are going to do on these ones also with the red color. Oh. Now I am using the number 3 and the different color here. And I think we can go one more layer in this one. It's okay. So instead of 3, let me use number 4. So cleaning them. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Kind of cleaning them all. I used the wrong tool. So I just dip it into the water, like wet it, and then I just wiped everything. So I'm not going to work in this one right now because it's little wet. I'm just going to leave it, work in this one, and I'm going to use the number 2 tool with the different color. Yes, this is perfect. as you see, I'm running out of the color. Let me take a little bit more color here, and it's this orange. I always got my hand touching this wet one. Now I'm working with this one. Yes, now it's good. It's coming along perfect. Oops. Again, I got a little big size, right? Okay. Now we are going to use this final one with number 3. And as you see in my original one, we have one color a little lower, so it's okay, because in the rest all we are going to use the same color, and we can match that one again with this color. I'm not sure if we can match it with this color now. If we can. Oops, phone is getting warmer, and we are kind of done with this. These petals, and now we are just left with the double dots. I keep on messing up here. Rest I will fix with the okay. So now let me finish all the four corners first. Give a little spray to my blue color.